find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been...
And welcome to another great segment of the Tasteless Gourmet with the incredible, the delectable, the incredibly delicious. Yes, I said incredible, but it's worth saying it's twice. It's like New York, New York. Jennifer!
Hey everybody, how you doing? I have to say, first off, thank you so much for coming back for another segment of the Tasteless Gourmet. But before we get into the food, I've got to talk to you about something, ladies. It's about shopping online. I do love shopping online now and then, but this time I decided to buy myself some summer shoes. Well, what I learned is when you're shopping online for shoes, always make sure you know the correct measurements of those heels. These looked fantastic when I saw them online. Look how high these are. So now I'm going to have to master how to walk in these summer. They are fabulous, but whether I can do it or not this summer, I don't think I'll be hauling a lot of groceries this year with these.
Well, you know what comes to mind is we like to dance. And of course, now that you're 2 feet taller, we can still dance cheek to cheek. It's just a different set of cheeks. But nonetheless, boom, 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 boom. Nonetheless, they are very nice shoes.
They are. So, but, yeah, lesson number 1 was shoes. So anyway, back to cooking. Today I've got a great menu item. What we're going to make is a margarita spaghetti. And margarita spaghetti, you're going to ask what that might be. It's a different kind of sauce. Within it, it's simply, we're going with tomato, onion, leek, salt, and herbs. And I'm going to be able to do this under 10 minutes. I've already pre-cooked my noodles though. And can I get right into the cooking, or?
Yeah, sure. By the way, what you pre-cook the noodles in, that's a pretty neat stuff from Epicure too, isn't it?
Oh, it absolutely is. What it's called, there's 2 different sizes. We have the 8 cup here that I use for the sauce, and for my noodles I'm using the 12 cup. Now what's fabulous about this is the measurements are inside, and not only that, you have a lovely glass cover and a strainer, so you have 2 different sizes of holes on it. So say if you were doing rice, you can do it right in the pot, drain it, put whatever sauces or whatever you want in that, and then just keep on cooking. So for instance, with this one, I'm doing very fine noodles, so I'm just going to show you how great this is. So I've cooked my noodles, and then I just simply drain it out. Okay, now this might take a couple of seconds to do for you.
By the way, listeners, you don't want to be listening to this in the middle of the night.
So here we go. So this is pretty well drained out now. Whoopsie, little sound effect for you.
Did you lose any noodles?
I lost no noodles.
See, I hate losing my noodles.
So then we'll just pour this in the plate. So we'll have our noodles all ready for that, and that only took 10 minutes to make these nice healthy noodles for everybody. So now back to the sauce. I took my multi-purpose smaller pot, the 8 cup, and what I did was, as the ingredients, or the instructions actually on the jar, is to take 1 heaping teaspoon to 1 cup of water, and you boil that. So as soon as it's to a boil, then you take it off. Then, here we go again, our can of crushed tomatoes. Simply pour that in, throw it around. Yes, I'm wearing it now.
Do you get 10 cans to a jar?
We went through that already. So then we're just going to stir that in. And of course, now we need our seasoning. Another thing you can do with the seasoning is I love to bake bread. So I would definitely use this when you're baking a bread, or if you just want to maybe broil it on some bread with some cheese, and also on pizza. That would be absolutely fabulous. So now, for this dish, we just take 1, 2, and 3 tablespoons of our seasoning, like that. And by the way, Epicure has incredible little spoons. They actually fit in the jars until you get to a tablespoon. So everything I use, I love Epicure for the convenience of their products. So we're just going to stir this in really, really well. Now what you would do is actually put this on the stove and simmer it for 15 minutes. Again, to let the flavors come out, because what I read to you was actually the contents. There's no preservatives in this product. So once this is done, we would simmer it for 15 minutes, and then when we're done, just pour that on, place this over here, and while that's just cooling a bit for the kids, oh yes, and I forgot, tablespoon of oil should have went in that, oopsie. So, and also, to make this is simple. This was bread out of a bread machine that we made. I just cut it up, easy bites for the kids. I use the Epicure herb and garlic. So I just take that, sprinkle it on, and then you just broil that on high for maybe about 5 minutes. Take it out, and you've got yourself a complete meal. Now tell me that's not convenient.
That looks great. Can you hold that up a little bit more, that plate of pasta? That looks
Yeah, you're
fabulous.
just waiting for this to fall off the plate. So there you go.
That's all. Look at that. Wow, it looks delicious.
And it is. It's really great. And again, the kids loved it. I loved it. And that was enough to be able to feed 2 adults and 3 young kids under the age of 6 in that complete meal. So there we go. And yeah, so that was another show.
And how long did it take, end to finish? Finish to end?
If you actually were doing it full time, I say this would have taken about maybe 20 minutes to do at most.
Wow, fast and delicious.
We're speedy. We're not
Speedy but good. Wow, that is a great segment, and in under 6 minutes, almost as fast as it took to make the whole thing.
Well, absolutely. So anyway, so I hope you stay tuned to some more shows. Maybe some will be a little longer, a little bit shorter. That's a great thing about doing these TV shows on the internet, because you just never know what you're going to get.
Well, and hey, Forrest, that's pretty good. You never know what you're going to get. By the way, my eyes are still bugging at that apron there.
I know.
Pretty far up.
I know. Viewers have said that they love it because it has that psychedelic effect. So.
Now, viewers, by the way, if you can tell what picture is in that apron, then we'll send you some free Epicure stuff.
What a great idea. You're giving away my products for free.
What's the picture in the apron? All right, then. Jennifer, as always, a great pleasure to share the culinary delights of Epicure Sensations with you. It is Epicure Sensations, isn't it?
No, it's Epicure Selection.
You know what? It starts with an S, close enough. Thank you.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight.
My motto's always been, when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night?